Hi, and welcome to my series on the power of words and language, a subject that is really dear to my heart and I think really important. I hope this will emerge as I explain the 4 reasons why I think that words and language are so powerful and so important. The first 2 are pretty mundane, but they're worth expressing. The second 2 I hope you find a little more profound and helpful. The first is simply that we wish at a very fundamental level to be properly and fully understood. And our best chance of that is using the right words and language to convey our meaning, to ensure that we're understood. And I think we need to be more careful about that, which leads me into the second point, which might just be a hobby horse of mine, but I think maybe it concerns quite a lot of people. And that is using words and language properly to combat the erosion of meaning of words and language that's being perpetuated or fomented by the use of certain words and phrases in social media particularly, but also in broad conversation, in conveying of ideas on news, television, and so on. And that is exaggeration and hyperbole that is robbing words of their true meaning. So I'll give you a couple of examples just in case my ramble doesn't make much sense to you. But let's say the use of mind blown to describe something incredibly mundane and non-mind blowing at all. Or worse still, in many ways, amazing to describe something that is very, very far from amazing. Generally, a picture of someone's food on Instagram. Or expressions of opinion as truth. Words like true dat, when all you're doing is responding to an opinion you happen to agree with. And then those words that are used at the end of seemingly profound sayings on things like Instagram, like read that again, as if we need to be told that because we're too stupid to either absorb the meaning of the first time or decide for ourselves to read it again if we thought that it was either confusing or interesting. Now, as I said, that could just be a hobby horse of mine. I hope it's not. But I think that meaning is being eroded by this false hyperbole, this need to respond with more enthusiasm than is warranted by what we're responding to. So let's think carefully about that. Now, the more profound meaning. Firstly, the impact of words and language on ourselves. You'll all be familiar with quotes and sayings, some biblical and from other sources, that effectively say, as you speak, so shall it be. That's important because words empower us. Words are creative. Words are transformative. They're affirming. The way in which we speak about ourselves and our experience has a direct impact on how we experience things. So if we describe things habitually in negative terms, our experience of things will be negative. If, on the other hand, we express things in positive terms, then we are likely to have positive experiences. We can speak things into existence. My experience tells me that, it shows me that. When I had a negative outlook on life and used negative phrasing to describe my experience of it, I experienced more negativity. Since I decided to express myself differently, I've experienced life differently. So the power of words and language on our day-to-day experience at a personal level is profound. So what I'm urging is the more careful use of language to describe our experience. Now, possibly the most important is the power of words and language over the people and circumstances around us, the impact of words and language. Remember that old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never harm me? Idiotic. Whoever came up with that was probably some person trying to justify the arsehole things they were constantly saying. Because it's just not true. Our words and our language have a profound impact on the people around us. They can affect people for life. There's a reason why verbal abuse is called abuse and recognized as abuse, why there are crimes involving simply expressing yourself. Now, there's a good biblical quote that always comes to mind for me from Proverbs on this, which is, gentle words bring life and health. A deceitful tongue crushes the spirit. Now, We can create connection and belonging through our words and language, or we can create fear and exclusion through our words. It's up to us what words we use. And so we should use, in my view, the words that create the best possible outcome for us and for those around us, and avoid the ones that don't. So what I'm going to be doing with this series is examining words that are linked, explaining the differences between them so that we can use them better, understand them better, and make the distinction between the different uses of the words where they are used wrongly. So I'll give you a classic example which I'll cover first, which is the difference between fact and opinion, or truth and opinion, and knowledge and scientific theory, which these things are often lumped together interchangeably when they are not interchangeable. That's just one example. I'm also going to look at the various words we use to describe romantic relationships, and the words for love, and lots of those things. So I hope you find it useful, I hope you find it interesting, and I hope that it has an impact on the language and words that you use. Thanks for listening.